they came and they helped the people who were really, really poor by giving out food, is what I remember.
The National Guard. Mainly because there were too many mouths to feed and not enough food.
Grandmother, and she had no running water, no electricity, which meant no telephone, no car. And we lived 5 miles out of town.
Oy.
Yeah.
That's called depression.
That's nothing, we never had cars.
No, we never did either.
But she didn't have electricity either.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, well, she didn't.
Oh.
Okay.
I went to a village school. It had infants, junior and senior. Junior and senior shared the same room, and we had a curtain that went across. There were only about, 30 of us, I guess, who went to that school,
In the whole school.
in the whole school. Yes.
Probably my dad.
My dad,
Yeah,
I was
and me, my dad.
Probably all the fathers.
all fathers, yes. But to me, if I hadn't had that, I don't know.
Father.
What did your father do during the Depression?
Yes.
Plumber.
Mrs. Clover?
Factory worker.
When I was, what time period? It all
Yes,
depends.
it depends, but mostly factory worker.
What time periods? During the Second World War or after?
During.
During the.
During the Second World War?
During the
Or during the
Great
Depression?
Depression, the Great Depression.
Oh, my goodness. I have no idea because I was an infant. I had no idea.
She's just trying to tell you she's younger than we are.
No, April and I are the same age.
Get out of here. No, there was one factory about 4 miles away. Leiston Works. And that's where.
What's next?
Supervision in your life at the time.
What was supervision like at the time?
Oh, you were always supervised. For instance, I was brought up in, as I say, in the village. If you went over the other side of the village and you did something wrong, that person corrected you right away. By the time you got home, your mother knew, and you were punished again. The adults, always the adults, supervised everything. And it was very rare that there was any kind of trouble when, say, we were punished by
They
one
all
person.
stuck together.
They all stuck together, yes. If you did something wrong, they expected you to punish somehow, And nobody ever objected.
Well, of course,
to
we
this.
didn't have the privileges that the young people have today. I mean,
No,
very few cars, and
right.
our activity was playing outside, not video
Outside,
games and all
right.
of that stuff.
Yes.
We made our own fun.
Yes, even to a stinging nettle fight, I can remember.
But it's true, you did. You
You
played
did.
ball and
Yeah.
you played
Yes.
outside every day.
Yeah,
After
in Boston, you
school.
played on the street.
Yeah, well, sure, yeah.
Played all the games on the street. Yes,
What
dear.
games?
What games were played?
Now what was that?
With marbles. Played
Oh,
with
yes,
marbles.
5 stones.
Mother
we
May
called
I?
it.
Yeah.
Mother,
Oh,
oh,
the proper
Mother
name of
May
that.
I.
Giant
Mother May I,
steps.
giant steps, that's it.
Yes, I can remember 4 watering cans.
And Simon Says.
Yeah.
Yes.
We still play a lot of those games now.
Do you? They're good.
Well, just
All
proves
is
you
not
that they were
lost.
good.
Yeah.
What was the price of your favorite candy?
Oh,
Are we still working on the Depression?
no, actually, you could get a nougat for, a square about this big
Yeah.
for a quarter of a penny, a farthing, which was equal to 1/4 of a penny. So,
I don't remember ever having candy during the Depression.
Me either.
You know, on Sundays we always went to Mrs. Nunn's shop, and we were allowed half a penny.
So you could have 2 quarters,
So we could have two
living it up.
two farthings. And we used to, yeah.
How old were you when you began to work?
9.
What were you
Nine.
doing? What were you
What was I
working
doing?
as? Yeah.
I worked in a real estate office answering the phone.
Ooh. At 9 years old?
After school, I was very sophisticated. After school and on Saturdays.
Oh, wow.
And my first week's pay for 50 cents a day, you understand? And my first week's pay, my mother said, I want half.
Of course.
I went,
Of course. Yes,
boy,
that is the way it works.
yes. She was a widow, she needed it.
I worked for an eye doctor in his office after school,
How old were you?
14.
Well, I was 14, but isn't it strange? I babysat, but I never got paid for it. But I did do a lot of knitting, and I used to make sweaters, and I used to get paid for that.
That's good.
How old were you when you graduated from high school?
16.
I was 16 as well. Just 16.
I was a late bloomer.
Describe a movie or a radio program that you remember.
Lone Ranger.
Dick Barton, Special
And
Agent.
Tonto.
The
Hi-yo, Silver.
shadows.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, what
show
was the
is
one
that?
where you
The
said
shadow.
Jack Armstrong? That's the one.
The all-American boy.
That's right. And you got a ring.
Yeah, if you sent in 89,000 box tops, you got
You
to
get a ring. And then you could decode the messages.
No, I remember.
And they
Code
give a
messages
message at
with
night.
your
Young Luxie.
Oh, my God, yes.
The Ovaltinis. We are the Ovaltinis, little girls and boys. There was a
Oh, dear.
program on
What fun.
Sundays, and it was an hour program, and they used to give you all kinds of things to do. And you got a badge, and you got a letter, and it was advertising Ovaltine.
Yes, I
Those-
remember that
Those things
awful
meant
stuff.
so much, didn't they?
Yes.
Oh, my word, yes.
Would you guys listen to them as frequently as kids would watch TV now?
Oh,
No.
Do what?
no.
Listen to radio programs?
No, that was a special
No,
Sunday.
Yep.
no.
What advice would you give people who are going through hard times today?
I think there are very few young people today that have hard times. Really, truly.
They have a different
That,
kind
and,
of hard
well,
times.
very few Marblehead children.
Well,
But
yes,
you
that's-
go into
yes.
Lynn and you'll see
Well, that's
plenty
very
that
true,
have hard
that's
times.
very true. Just keep your studies up and then work hard at school.
But their hard times are very different from what we had, what they consider hard times.
Well, poverty
I
is
don't know.
poverty.
Poverty, yes, but it's a different kind of poverty. When we were growing up, there was still all that closeness
Of the whole.
There's
of
none
the
here.
whole
Well, you lived in a
village.
village, yeah. If you lived in the city,
There's
you
a
didn't
bag
have
right
as
there.
much
Is
your
that
next
yours?
door
No,
neighbor.
that's mine.
No, that's hers. I have a black one.
Don't know.
Ask the question again, please, dear.
I have to
Ask
find
it.
a pocket.
The question was, what advice would you give to kids with hard times now?
Get a good load of self-respect. And don't let yourself do anything,
That you'd have
even
to
in
be
an
ashamed
emergency,
of.
that you don't respect.
Oh, yeah, don't get talked into anything
Anything.
that you wouldn't do with
Keep
your
away from
parents
all
there.
those funny things that make you wacko.
Do you remember if your school was segregated or not?
Good heavens, no.
No,
Not at all?
no.
No memories?
I went to
No, it
school
wasn't
with Greek
segregated.
and
Oh, it
Irish,
wasn't.
Italian, and a good many of blacks, good many of the mother and dad couldn't speak English, they had just come over from the old country, from Europe.
Well, I can't remember ever seeing anybody black around. Indians, yeah, the Indians kids, yeah,
That is East Indians.
East Indians. No, but We never even thought about it, I don't think.
We never thought
It was
about it.
just,
Yeah, my grandparents grew up in the Soviet Union, and when they came here, like, they never saw a black person in their life, and they came here, and they were shocked. What was your experience with people's races, religions, or cultures?
Nobody gave a diddly what your race, your religion, or your culture was. I could put that in better English, but you get the point.
it just didn't come into our way of thinking.
Also, that the respect came into it too.
Yes,
But we lived here in the north, that made all the
Yes.
difference in the world.
Yeah.
yes.
And in the city, you have many different cultures. That you couldn't say that you didn't like the Greeks because, you know, you went to school with them and you knew them and whatever.
The same where I am.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Everyone got along with everybody.
Or else.
Well, I don't know this. Didn't run into
It was
that.
a completely different time.
Songs from that time?
Are there any songs you remember from that time?
Red sails in the sunset.
Sunset. Way over the sea.
What was it called?
Red sails in the
See?
sunset.
That was the same
And it's
in
like,
England. Red
yacht
sails in the
sails.
sunset. So, you know, there really isn't that much difference. is
I
there?
don't remember any songs when I was growing up.
Sure you do.
No, I don't.
Three Little Fishes.
And,
Yes, yeah.
Well,
Yeah, that's true.
well, do remember, we are the Ovaltinis, little girls and boys. Make your requests, we'll not refuse you. We are here just to amuse you. You know, that was a song, but I don't know if that's the kind of song you're thinking of.
No, it's okay.
and Playmate? Playmates?
Playmates?
I don't want to play in your yard.
No.
What is something you will never forget during that time period?
Is this all during the Depression?
Yes.
And what is the Depression? The Depression stopped
It's
at...
it's 1929 to 1939.
Oh, because the war hadn't started. Even in England.
I broke my arm 3 times.
Oh, 3 times?
Doing what?
3 times, roller skating. Wouldn't you think I would have quit on it?
Oh,
She was
dear.
cute, but she was dumb.
So, let me
Okay, let's see. What's the question again, love?
It's what image do you, or what was it again? It was,
It was, what is something you will never forget during that time period?
Oh, I know. My infant school teacher.
My
when it
father.
was-
In very poor condition.
When we used to go out to play, my infant teacher always gave me her scarf. I can still feel her putting that scarf around my neck and her gloves. And I
Because you didn't have any?
Right. And I can always remember Miss Smith doing
You mean
that.
just to go home?
No, in the playing, you know, when we were out to play. and
Oh,
they
playing
supervised.
outside.
Yes,
Recess?